Hey YouTube. God dear. Late as usual. It's been a busy week, and hopefully it's going to be a bit of a short one. This actually got some good stuff, but there's not loads of it, so it shouldn't take too long. I'll just turn this down a little bit. So, Revenge of Shinobi off of me. Mega Game 6. And, just thought I'd give this a crack. Arcade stick. Yeah, so boot sale on Sunday. Every week so far has been perfect. You know, got down there, fantastic. And last Sunday, absolute fucking nightmare. The motorway was closed because of the fucking cycle race. You know, 10 to 6 in the morning. It was fucking closed. 4 junctions were closed so they could cycle. And I was having to go along the small roads beside it, and I could see all these fucking cyclists going down the motorway. 6 in the morning. Fucking hell. Anyway, I ended up getting to the boot sale about 7. So about half of it was already set up. And, you know, the week before last, straight away, bang, bang, I was buying really good stuff, found stuff. Sunday just gone, totally polar opposite. I didn't buy anything worthwhile for about 2 hours. 2 fucking hours. I was walking around my SD card and the glasses fucking run out, so I just about managed to catch one of the decent things that I bought. I'm trying to go through some bits and pieces that I got. Actually, first off, I'm going to start with something which I just got on the way home from work. I was watching Mr. Retro Chef Lee. I kept on meaning to watch his manga collection video, and I got round to watching it just before I left work, and it was great. It just really reminded me, you know, I was never a massive manga fan, but I had a few VHSs, and that me and a couple of mates would watch, and you know, being how old were we? You know, it was quite, because some of them, you know, a lot of them are 15, 18, so, you know, when we were like 13, 14, it was quite, you know, as Lee was saying in the video, there's like manga porn. But yeah, as Lee was sort of showing like the different VHSs he had in his video, it was just like a bit of a blast from the past, and you know, recognising sleeves and names, you know. So I've decided to sort of start picking a couple up if I see them at the car boots. But on the way home, I popped in FOP, which is a little HMV offspring, and they sell some of the stuff in there. And they had a little, you know, I wasn't meaning to go in there and buy anything, but I like to go in there because sometimes they have really good deals on box sets and stuff and Blu-rays. And I went and had a quick look at the manga section, and I got Ghost in the Shell 2.0, and this was one that I never actually saw. I've never actually seen this one. I've no idea if this version's any good, but it was £3. So it's, I think it's been totally remastered. I'm using my new phone as well. It's much better. Yeah, I don't know, so I'll give this a crack. I think all of the... Oh, there's me saying that, and it's gone out of focus, you bastard. There we go. All of the animation's been digitised and shit, so... I don't know, £3. definitely worth a go for £3. So yeah, cheers, cheers Retro Chef. Yeah, so as I was saying, totally one extreme to the other. You know, the week before last, you know, I was buying stuff straight away, and then last Sunday, which is this stuff is from, I was just, there was nothing. I got there really late, as I said, absolutely nothing. And I don't, yeah, there was a guy walking around, and he had a big bag of stuff. So I don't know whether you know, I just wasn't in the groove at all. You know, the whole motorway thing had fucked me right off, and yeah, I ended up getting a couple of bits and pieces, but not a game. But after picking up a couple of the old WWF bits and pieces last week, I saw this, and it's WCW War Games, WCW's most notorious matches, 3-disc, and it's an 18 certificate as well. But you know, I was never really a WCW fan. Come on, focus, you bastard. But it's got Hogan, and Sting, and Big Show, it looks like, and Diesel. So I don't know. It looks like it could be quite good. Good for a laugh, anyway. But I can't even remember. Oh yeah, that, and then off of the same lad I bought this, which was, you know, shows how desperate I was to buy something really. And so for the two of those I paid £3. Can't really go wrong. Yeah, it's only worth £1 that anyway, I don't know. Anyway, but that's pretty cool, so let's have a go. First actual game that I bought was this is a 12 Stag, and it's a shoot 'em up, which it's in great condition. But I don't really have any sort of old school shoot 'em up, so I'm looking forward to having a go on this. It looks pretty cool. I like the mayhem and just, you know, blasting around, so that's pretty cool. It's in great condition. Yeah, it was only £1, so cannot go wrong. When's that from? 2003. So that was a good buy for that. Okay. And as I was walking around, as I do regularly, I bumped into my brother, and he sort of, you know, I sometimes walk around with him, but this time I was like, look mate, I haven't bought anything, you know, if I walk around, I'd just rather go and do my own thing. So he was just giving me a call if he saw anything, and he was sending me in the right direction. And he told me there was a lady, well, I saw him and he was like, there's some Game Boy games over there, and he pointed me in the direction, and I'd already walked past her, but I obviously wasn't looking well enough. And in her box, I think it's in the live footage, she had a few games, some Game Boy games, and had a look, and there was only one that I really wanted, but you know, they're not that great, to be honest. 102 Dalmatians, Sabrina, Barbie. This was the one that I wanted, and the Smurfs Nightmare. It's really good. I had a go at this, and it's a great little platform game. So you know, I paid £1 for all of those, and you know, that one was worth it. So if anyone's got kids and they want any of these, not the Smurfs one, but any of these three, just give me a shout, and you know, they're yours for nothing. I don't, you know, it ain't gonna cost nothing to post them, is it? So, and they ain't no good to me. So any of those, just give me a shout. But yeah, so I was happy with that. Smurfs, I'll keep that one. So yeah, you know, I was still walking around and still had the arse, because I hadn't really, you know, bought anything, and then my brother pointed me in the direction of some Wii games. And, yeah, again, yeah, okay, I went over to the guy and he was like, oh, £2.50. My brother told me they were £2. And he was walking around with his little girl in the pram, and my brother walked over and he goes, oh, you beat me to him, and the guy was like, oh, it's you, oh, yeah, and he sort of was like, oh, yeah, I told him £2. You know, I don't know whether it was the baby factor, my brother was pushing, like, the kid around him, so, anyway, he had a couple of Wii games, so another copy of Mario and Sonic at Olympic Games, which I've got, so that's up for trade if anyone wants it. It's in really good nick, complete with nice menu, so if anyone wants to trade that, you know, just give me a shout. Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. I have never played a Super Monkey Ball game, so you know, maybe I won't, I don't know, but I'll put it in, you know, that one I'll trade, this one I'll keep, and maybe I'll get around to giving it a quick go. And the one that I really wanted out of them was table tennis, and it's by Rockstar. I didn't know if it was some sort of violent type of table tennis, but it looks pretty good. It should be good fun with the Wii remotes. But, you know, at work we used to have a table tennis table, and I always thought table tennis, what a load of shit, what a lame game. They got the table tennis table in there. I absolutely love table tennis now. You know, I'm not fantastic, but, you know, unfortunately they've had to get rid of it now. But when we had it for about 6 months, people were getting in early to play, people were playing lunchtime, staying after work to play. We ended up getting another table. We had 2 tables running at work. Absolutely brilliant. So, you know, I saw this and I thought, give it a go. You know, I didn't even know it existed. Didn't even know Rockstar made a table tennis game. Rather random, to be honest. But yeah, so I don't know what this. Maybe I'll be able to give that one a crack with the glasses on and see if I can show you how bad I am, if I can get it on a big screen. Anyway, so I paid a £5 for those 3, which I thought, you know, ain't too bad. And plus, I hadn't bought Soddle, so I had money burning a hole in my fucking pocket. Another Wii game. This was another purchase because I hadn't really bought anything. Beatles Rock Band. Looks like it's never been used, which it probably hasn't been. I can't really turn it down for £2. If anyone's desperate for this, you know, I'll trade it. You know, and it's in really good nick. So, if it's any use to anyone. Right, what else did we get? Another random Pokemon strategy guide. It's the Diamond and Pearl versions. It's in really good nick. And I don't really like Pokemon, so if anyone wants this, you know, if anyone wants it or wants to trade, you know, then, you know, I won't be wanting a lot for it. It will cost a few quid to post as well, so, you know, it's in good nick, so if anyone wants it, give me a message. What else? God, I might be able to do gameplay footage with these. It ain't bad at all. Excellent. Right, another one. Nothing, you know, it was starting to pick up from here. This, basically, I was just doing random rows because there was about 15 rows up there. So I let's have a quick drink. Right. I was going in and out of rows, and then I did a sweep all the way to the back. In the first row was where I got a lot of stuff. which is crazy. I can't believe it. Anyway, but in the footage there was a young lad, and he had a sort of random amount, some Wii games and some bits and pieces. So I picked up off of him GTR Crash Team Racing, and this is in excellent condition, platinum unfortunately, but still. He wanted £1 for that one. Rascal Racers, I think the case is busted. It's another Mario Kart sort of thing. I'd never seen this one, so that was £1. And just again, because I hadn't really bought anything, My Sims Kingdom, and it's complete. Wanted £2 for that. And then the main thing I wanted was the sort of big box Wii Sports Resort with the bloody horrible rubber thing, but it's got the Wii Motion Plus in it, so excuse me. So I've got 2 of those now, which is great. And he wanted £4 for that, so I ended up paying for that and that. I ended up paying £6, so you could whittle it down. That the Wii Motion Plus was £3. That was £1, and they were £1 each as well. So that weren't bad. Okay, so it's getting better. So I bought that, said thanks, carried on walking, and this is on the first row. The people who get there the earliest, the ones who've been there longest, the ones you'd expect every person that's looking there to go through the stuff. I was walking along, and I just saw a box on the floor from about 10, 12 metres away, and I could see, like the colour sticking out the top of a box, and I knew what it was straight away. It was an N64, and so I was like, fuck, so I walked straight over. First row, I couldn't believe it. Christ, how is it still there? The only way that I thought it would still be there is because it was too expensive. It was bound to be too expensive. So I asked the guy who I thought owned the stuff, how much is the N64? And he's like, oh no, some other guys. So, and he'd left his stall to go and have a look at someone else's stall. And I've seen the guy around. He just buys general stuff and sells it. So he wasn't really bothered about it. He just wanted to get rid of all his stuff and get some new stuff in to sell for the following week. And so I was rummaging through the box. There was a few games and all bits and pieces. And he said, he came over and we were chatting. He was a nice guy. And I said, oh, how much is the computer, the Nintendo? And he said at first a score. And then straight away he was like, well, no, give me a decent offer. So I said, well, to be honest, I don't really want the machine, I just want the games. I'll give you a tenner. And then he counted 15, and we came to an agreement for £12, so I paid £12 and took the lot. So, the machine, I've done sort of the wires out because I can't stand wires hanging everywhere. It's in really, really good shape. I've got another one of these, and it's got this hasn't got the expansion pack in it, but the one I've got in the in the other room has. But this one is in much better condition. It's really nice and clean. So yeah, I can change this over for the SCART lead adapter off of. I got a spare one from a GameCube that I picked up a couple of weeks ago, and I got 2 pads. Unfortunately, they're nothing special, but they're really tight. They're almost, they're really, really good condition. Really nice. All the buttons, they're not dirty. They're the cleanest ones I've ever picked up. There's that one, and then there's a dark one as well. And again, this is in cracking condition. Really nice. They're both, like new. Really, really good. So yeah, that's that. And then some games, and these are the first N64 games I've picked up at boot sale for a long time. When I pulled was it looking in the box, and I moved this out of the way and I saw there was games in there. I was like, fucking get in there, you know, brilliant. So yeah, there was a few games in there. First one was WWF Attitude. Let's do it like that. Yeah, it's in good nick. It's in really nice condition. And then there was Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Again, really nice condition. And Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, which I've heard is supposed to be quite good. So there's that, and then Worms Armageddon. Great artwork, and in great nick again. And the best one, and I haven't got any of these, is Super Mario 64. Again, in fantastic condition. My Nintendo collection of cartridges is really lacking. You know, I've been holding off buying anything off of eBay. I'm just waiting until I can actually pick them up. So, you know, I'm hoping this nice little stack here is going to be the start. It's going to be the start of me of my Nintendo collection. And yeah, so that was brilliant. So for 12 quid, you know, that's nice. I'm well chuffed with that. I'm really chuffed with that. Let's just move this out of the way. Okay, anyway. Oh, God dear. Unorganised as always. Right. Okay, so that was the first Nintendo lot. And then I was walking around, and I think I'd walked backwards and forwards a couple of aisles, and I saw this Game Boy Advance, and I looked and turned it round, and it was missing the battery cover, and they'd shoved an original Game Boy game in the back of it as well. So fucking hell. And yeah, I asked him how much he wanted, and he wanted like 8 quid for it. So, no, I'll leave that for someone else. But then, and again, this is at like 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, right? So there was that, which caught my eye. And then at the back of the table, there was a little Nintendo pouch. It's really cool. I'll move this out of the way. That's it. Yeah, so there was a little Nintendo pouch. Oh, bloody great, you know. I need a Nintendo pouch. And then I looked and I didn't realise there's another one. And so got 2 Nintendo pouches, which is bloody great. So you know, I picked them up, and there's a bit of weight to these. And so, you know, I opened them up, and in one there was a Game Boy Color. Still got the battery thing. Really good nick. I've tested this out. Works okay. Got a little bit of a scratch on the screen up the top there, but okay. And also, whoops, came with some games. It came with Aliens, Thantos Encounter. Is that WCW Mayhem? Buffy, and then a 5-in-1 cart, and then randomly, because this was from the Advance, there was another Advance game as well, but I put the shit one in the Game Boy Advance and took out the other Game Boy game and put it in the pack. So yeah, there was that one. Okay, so it's all in great, mate. And then there was this one. And in this one, there's a little Diddy Game Boy Pocket, and that's in great condition. There's a little bit of a clean on the back, but great nick. Dragon, and there's games in this one. We got Beauty and the Beast. They're not the best games, some of them. Rugrats. Come on, focus, you fucker. Mr. Nuts. Alleyway. Super Mario Land. Why aren't you focusing? I thought this fucking camera was supposed to be better. And then Tasmania. But unfortunately, I was trying to play some of these and they're really fucking dirty on the sort of pins on the contacts. Come on, focus. That's better, thank you. So, I don't know if anyone's got any advice. I know I'm supposed to just undo the bolt here, but the best way to clean these things, because that one ain't working. And these two ain't working either, so they need a really good clean. And the machine's fine because I tested it. I put like a cleaner one in there as well, a clean one in there, and it works fine. It's just some of these cartridges are really, I don't know if it's corroded or just they've been in the garage. Loads of shit's just got on these on the contacts. So if anyone's got any advice, please, you know, I don't want to start rubbing it with stuff which is going to fucking melt it or anything, but yeah, anyone's got any advice, then great. So, I really lucked out with these. As I said, I have no fucking idea why these are still there, because, you know, if I'd have seen them at 7 o'clock in the morning, they would have been gone. The guy was asking a £5 each bag, you know, I was like, fucking hey, I'm having that. But I couldn't try, and you know, I wanted to try and get a deal. And I said to him, okay, will you take £8? And he goes, oh, I can't because my wife's not here, and then my wife's. And then I was like, okay, we'll give you £9. Oh, da da da. And then luckily his wife came back, and he's like, oh, here she is. I said, oh, will you take £8? She was like, yeah, okay. So yeah, £8 for a Game Boy Colour and a Game Boy Pocket and about 10 games. Alright, about 4 of them don't work. But that was brilliant. Well chuffed with that. Not often I find, you know, this much good Nintendo stuff in 1 week. Okay, and then final thing. This has been going on far too long, as always. Sorry. I was pretty much. I thought, right, that's it. I ain't gonna be able to find anything else in this place now. We're done. And oh, that's great. Really good. I haven't played this. I haven't played this game for, it must be, when did it come out? 1990, 1991. So, you know, I might not have played this game for about 18 years. I just gave it a blast because I got this thing out just to give it, and it's still a great game. I love it. It's a bit fucking frustrating when you're trying to do that double jump thing, but it's great. Anyway, sorry, I digress as usual. Yeah, there was a couple of... I was walking along, I was about to go, and I was walking along one of the sides, and then I just saw a couple of PS3 games, and I was like, oh, okay. Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception, and still got the bloody CEX stuff on there. And there was that, which he wanted £4 for. And then there was Final Fantasy 13, which he wanted £3 for, and obviously I got them. But they're both as they should be because they're only PS3 games. This one, if anyone wants, is up for trade because I'm not really into Final Fantasy, to be honest. But this one, I'm going to stick in my PS3 pile and give that one a blast because I think it's supposed to be pretty good. So. But anyway, so there was those. So I'm in an R-in, and the guy was standing, he was a youngish lad standing there with his car, standing on the door, by the door. And so he just had like a little area on the floor, like filled with bits and pieces. And these were the only 2 games. And I looked by his feet, and there was a fucking Nintendo DS. I was like, oh, how much is the DS? and it's like, oh, £5. What why is that still there? And so he showed me it, and it's one of the old school ones. It's one of the old school ones, and it's got a charger as well, which is great. But it's pretty clean. Works great. I don't know if these ones have got better, because it seems like it's louder. It's got a really good sound on it. I might start using this one in, on my commute rather than use the new one. But yeah. Anyway. Oh, no, it's not loading the game, but so like a £5, fantastic. It's just really weird. So I looked at the games that were in it. This ain't going to come out, is it? So in the Game Boy Advance slot was focus Pokemon Sapphire. And that's a real one. Fantastic. That £5's looking even better. And then in the DS slot was Animal Crossing. So £5 he wanted for that. So I just said to the guy, will you take a tenner for that and that and that? And he sort of ummed and ahed, and I think his girlfriend was there, and she was like, take it, it's only £2. So I got that for a £5 with fucking Pokemon and Animal Crossing, and £2.50 each for these, or 3 for that and 2 for that. I don't know. So yeah, it was great. I'm really chuffed with that. It was fantastic. So yeah, that was my car boot. So going from such an early start, really slow start, it just accelerated over the course. It was only the course of half an hour. I sort of went Nintendo, which was brilliant. So yeah, there was nothing worse than getting up at the crack of dawn and with the expectation, but with the hope you're going to find some good stuff, and then after 2 hours finding jack shit and just thinking, and thinking, I'm going to go home with nothing. But no, did all right. So I think this Sunday I'm gonna try out another one. See how that one goes. But I'll have my glasses with me. Hope the weather's alright. It's got forecast for a little bit of rain, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, thanks guys. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Please like, and most importantly, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you guys. So thanks for watching, and yeah, I hope to have another in the wild live car boot video game hunting whatever video, and another pickups sort of recap next week. So cheers guys.